England still undefeated. The next match we'll be bringing you is in the men's 40s competition, Switzerland versus Belgium. Let's have a look at that Switzerland squad. Michael Abramovitz at number 1, Andrew Grover at 2, James Weston 3, James Vertigan 4, Ben Lighting 6, should I say, 7, Peter Ryland 8, Salim Temtem 9 is Sam Woodhouse, 10, Jamie Nettleton, 11, John Barton, 12, Stuart Lewis, 13, Tim Murphy, 14, Angus Henderson, 15, James Mitchell, and 16 is Rhys Maber. Their coach is Troy Cameron. Their opponent, Belgium, well, they were in the Women's Open competition on this pitch moments ago, and they line up with Lauren Bondon, Richard Horn, Emmanuel Cordy, Jean-Louis Desmet, Davide Bolognesi, and Matthew Bannon is at 6. No number 7, so number 8 is Julien Leblanc. Thierry Fallon is at 9, Colin Walker 10, Simon Deschamps 11, 12 is Chris Miles, 13 Didier Poskin, 14 Loic Dehan, 15 Dimitri Dupont, and Makuzi Gondwe is at 16. Konstantopidos is the coach. Well, this is the second match back to back. We have had Belgium on pitch number 1. A bit of a clash of kits here. Switzerland attacking the line away to your right-hand side. They're in the red jerseys and red shorts. Belgium receiving the first attacker in the red jerseys, black shorts and black trim. Joining us for this one, Jane Gimber, welcome.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here.
Great to have you, and great to have your insight as we count down the seconds. The siren goes. And we're underway, 2 20-minute halves. This is in the men's 40s competition. This is round 5. Hard to believe it's 20 past 12 on day 2, and some of these players have already, well, played more touch rugby than they certainly should have in a week, because it is a tough old ask, Jane.
It definitely is, especially for these guys. They've been training for
about 5-6
months.
Well, Switzerland, sorry to cut you off there. They've got straight off the mark.
That was an excellent pass.
James Vertigan, oh, it's just gone forward, so it won't count. But a real statement of intent there for Switzerland. Well, of course, you've barely had time to get your breath back after being out there on pitch number 1. It looks absolutely fantastic. The result not going your way, but how was the match?
Match was a great match. The opposition gave us a really good run around. Scotland's always going to be a very challenging team for us. The girls played well. We've been training together for the last 12 months, and for a number of them it's their first Euros, so we're keeping it together as a team. We're happy with that.
When you say 12 months, I've spoken to some of the English teams at their national touch series in the build-up. They have had this as a sort of focal point in the distance. Then it's got closer and closer and closer, and it's finally here. It must be great to be involved.
It's absolutely fantastic, and especially for a country like Belgium, coming to the Euros really gives us a chance to develop our men's and our women's team, and this year we're exceptionally proud to have the men 40 team as well.
Well, Switzerland making a mistake and coughing up possession here, so Belgium with an opportunity to attack. That's Loic Dehan, and there's Jean-Louis Desmet there.
Passing to Simon Deschamps.
And then we've got Gondwe. He was a touchdown scorer yesterday, caused havoc on the wing, and not quite able to get on the end of that pass there, Makuze Gondwe, but a statement of intent from Belgium, looking to use the width early on, and leaving Switzerland a long way to go on this most recent drive. Up to halfway quite easily though. Dupont making the touch, and here's Mitchell.
Good defence. Belgium are keeping it together, keeping it tight.
There's Barton. There's Mitchell again, and then in the middle there, there's Salim Temtem. He wears number 8. Stuart Lewis at 12, looping pass, and that's over the winger on the left-hand side. Not a lot Ben Lighting could do about that. Couple of minutes gone. Both teams, it's a bit of a tentative start.
Yes, I would say so. We've seen Belgium go for faster starts, but they're keeping it steady. They're keeping it together. They're driving hard. In
terms of the way you're playing, are you thinking about maintaining it for the week as Belgium make the mistake there? Because it's absolutely boiling hot. It must be so difficult to maintain that level over over the 4 days, or are you just kind of taking every game as it comes and having to play it at 100% to stay competitive?
Absolutely, you have to take every game as it comes, and you also have to take each half as it comes. Wipe the slate clean whenever there's a break, and get out there with fresh legs and as much energy as you would do as if it was the first match.
3 minutes gone. Still 0-0 here, Switzerland and Belgium. Switzerland have got over the whitewash once. It looked to be an excellent pass and the touchdown completed. However, it had drifted forward and the referees in a great position to make that decision. The referees in charge of this one, John Harding, Stephanie Horiot and Rebecca Rogers. There is Abramovich diving for the line. Got a full stretch on that one as well. And he's got the touch too, and it was Dimitri Dupont who made it. And I think Abramovich appreciating the quality of it and pointing at the man. There's a lot of honesty in this game, isn't there?
A lot, and there has to be, and that's one of the great things about touch. If you call the touch, you have to be sure that you made the touch, and as referees also, you have to trust the players.
Well, here come Switzerland again.
Belgium getting back on side and pushing over.
4 minutes, and that's touchdown by Nettleton. However, the touch had come in. Belgium escape on that occasion. They defended well, actually, because Switzerland have come at them with a few different paces of attack, and Belgium have done well to snuff out that danger.
Absolutely. Belgium getting back on side really well, driving it back up hard.
Here is Gondouet, first real touch for him, not really having a chance to get those long strides working as of yet, but expect to see him grow into the game because he's a real danger. Ball in hand, Richard Horn. A mistake there, and in these conditions, set completion's important. Neither side are going to want to cough up possession in those areas for long periods of this match.
Exactly, especially when you're playing in conditions like today when it's very hot and sunny.
We had a little bit of rain yesterday, and I think, oh, there's a dummy. Needs to find the pass now. He went from half, finds the pass. It's dotted down. The referee checks with the sideline official. Well, it's a long conflab. Belgium think they've got the touch, and they have. Oh, that was good defence. The half went through. We complimented them on the defence a few times, and they had to be at their very best there to keep the score at 0-0. Switzerland asking questions, but so far Belgium having the answers. 5.5 minutes gone. Switzerland certainly having a little bit of better territory, but Belgium on top in defence. Now an opportunity for Belgium to get some of that territory.
Belgium now moving the ball around to the winger. Oh, and they just lost it.
Gondouet with his opportunity. Makes the touch though. When they do stick, expect him to cause problems. Here's Nettleton for Switzerland. Ryland's in there at number 7 as well, and there's number 11, John Barton. They're working that right-hand side, but the link and the winger wise to it. Switzerland will have spent enough time in the red zone to think they should have scored by now. It'll be interesting to see how they react to this, whether they can keep their composure. It's Peter Ryland there in the black cap and that curly hair sticking out from underneath it, pointing in the direction where he wants the attack to go, trying to set up for this strike, and his quick hands a little bit too quick, and it goes to ground off Western. Here come Belgium again, Richard Horn, the latest to carry. Belgium just playing it at their own pace here. Desmet got a couple of scores yesterday. Bondon. Touch coming in, and it'll be turned over once more. Here's Desmet, finds Dahan, There's the dump from him and the quick pop from Gondway into the corner, and good cover defence from Switzerland as well. Desmet trying to put Loic Dahan in. And this time it's Switzerland's turn to be on their toes in their own red zone, approaching 8 minutes. 0-0 this one. Tight thus far. Bondon dives for the line. He's got the captain's armband on, but he's being sent back. You thought he'd got that one.
I did. I was hoping that was a score for Belgium. Next time.
Still 0-0, but still Belgium on the attack. Here's Desmet for the corner. Dives in it again. Oh, and it's been awarded. Belgium take the lead. Belgium 1, Switzerland 0. And after that great defensive work, they've swept forward and got their deserved reward. And it's that man again, Jean-Louis Desmet. What an important player he is for this team.
Absolutely. The team are playing together really well, and actually there's 7 players in total for whom it's the first time they're playing in the international championships as national team members, so playing together really well.
Well, particularly in this men's 40s category, it does show you that it's never too late to get involved with the sport.
That's one of the great things about touch rugby. It's a sport for all ages.
Yeah, certainly, whether it's at recreational or elite level, it's one of the most inclusive sports that I can think of. Well, 9 minutes gone here. Remember, 20-minute halves in this European Championship. So plenty of time to make things happen. And here comes Switzerland. Reese Maber, where's number 16? That's Abramovitz. With the loop pass, a little bit of space, and that is dunked down by Andrew Grover. If anything, it took him a bit too long to get the ball down. I thought Gondway might come over and make the touch, but Grover levels things up, and that's a great response from Switzerland. Switzerland 1, Belgium 1. Well, sometimes that's what the game needs, isn't it, the opening score?
Absolutely, that can pick up the speed. Belgium now need to be fast and strong on that attack.
Here's Desmet again. Chris Miles with a little pop-off, finds Didier Poskin. Oh, this much better from Belgium. Driving to 5 metres, Loic Dahan the latest, and just trying to sneak through, but then the half was touched. That's an immediate turnover, and now Switzerland again driving towards the box. Important, particularly when it's warm like this, to keep fresh legs on whenever you can. Expecting people to sort of bust their lungs for short periods, which is why it's important to have a squad.
That's what it's all about. You need those subs on.
There's John Barton. There's Weston wearing number 3, and Peter Ryland in the cap takes over. Switzerland number 7. Just as they were looking to build momentum, silly mistake, and the ball's back with Belgium. And then Belgium return the favour. Well, he's gone straight from it as Peter Ryland. The game keeps on flowing. Belgium switch off for a second. It looks like they've gone 2-1 up. Again, 2 of the officials conferring with each other. And then it is confirmed. Switzerland 2, Belgium 1. Peter Ryland punishing a momentary lapse there in the Belgian defence.
It's Richard Horn taking again for Belgium. He's one of the lead coaches for one of the Belgian clubs, driving it up there fast.
Well, a little bit of a rarity there. Not so much that Belgium switched off. They've been so sharp on defence. They bounced straight back though, but the touch was just made. Kind of important to dust that one off and put it out of the mind after conceding a score like that.
Absolutely, you need to get your head back in the game.
Here is Gondway, again working to the left-hand side, and Bondon goes over. And that is the perfect response. Laurent Bondon opens his account. Switzerland 2, Belgium 2. We're all square once again.
Yeah, it's going to be a close call, this match, by the looks of it. But great first half start from Belgium and from Switzerland, from both teams.
So let's talk about the Women's Open competition. Playing for Belgium, it is the elite women's competition. What were your expectations going into the week, and how the performances of the team matched up to that?
We had good expectations coming into this week. We've been training hard. It's a relatively new team. This is the third European Championships for the Belgian women's team, but we specifically targeted the Women's Open division in order to increase the number of women playing sport in Belgium. So far it's been a success, and we've been very pleased with our performance so far. We clearly have some halves where we could have played better, so we're learning all the time, but what we want to see is an improvement over the course of the week. We started off strongly against France, and so we just need to keep up that momentum and keep up the energy.
Keeping up the energy is going to be one of the keys. If you've been watching every match here, you might be fed up with me harping on about it, but it is an incredible physical and mental test to these players, and that's some lovely footwork there from Jamie Nettleton, the number 10. Switzerland go quickly. Abramovich wearing number 1. He's over the line. Oh, and he just panicked at the key moment. You might be wondering why he didn't just dot it down. If you go from half, if you pick up directly from the touch, then you cannot score the touchdown. So once he got into that end zone, needed to find a teammate and was unable to do so on that occasion. But it's not as easy as it looks, and Belgium covered that well defensively.
Belgium now have fresh legs coming on with Colin Walker, number 7.
He's got straight on the ball there. It's Belgium's number 7. Richard Horn waiting, but he's gone through himself. Needs to find the pass, does so, and that is incisive from Belgium. Walker finds Horn, and it's Belgium 3, Switzerland 2. And they have responded incredibly well from that second Switzerland touchdown.
They have. They're keeping their heads, which is great to see. They're finding the gaps and they're running them. And Colin found the gap, Richards was there with him. Great level of support in the Belgian team.
And that's the benefit of having those fresh legs, isn't it? He's come straight on his first touch, and he's made a game-changing impact. Coming to the final 5 minutes of this first half then, Switzerland coming straight back into the game. James Vertonghen, well, they're exchanging scores here. It's almost like one team needs to score to kick the other into life, and look at that. Got the Swiss flag up there. I tell you what, the Belgium supporters have been fantastic as well. Every time we've had them on pitch number 1, I've kind of been in this studio pitch 1 bubble as we see the replay of that wonderful finish by James Vertonghen. It seems as though everybody else in Belgium kits, you're all fully kitted up, you've got the flags waving. Seems a lovely atmosphere in the camp.
It really is. With 3 teams there, whenever one team or 2 teams aren't playing, then we try and support the other teams, because the support you get from off the pitch is so important to how you play on the pitch as well.
Oh, that's a chance gone begging there. Cordy, the winger. Pass was a little bit too high for him. Remains 3 apiece.
Belgium have another chance now, setting up for the attack.
3-3 in this men's over 40s match. Next up we go back to the Women's Open. We've got Wales versus France. If you come up against either of those sides?
Came up against both of them yesterday. Both of them gave us incredibly tough and challenging matches. France was our first match.
Who would you be backing for that one then, as Belgium go again, and Belgium take the lead again? And you can see how much that means as well. Every score is celebrated. Belgium 4, Switzerland 3. A good time to score as well, with the clock running down on the first half.
It's neck and neck so far. It's a very exciting game to watch.
Good finish from Bonbon as well. That's his second touchdown of the half. And also it came at a time where you didn't have to commit to who you think would win out of Wales and France in the women's
I thought I was going to avoid that question.
After this. 1 minute remaining then. Switzerland looking to equalise. Abramovich waits. Oh, there is a missed pass. It's a little bit slow motion from James Mitchell. It's a good touch from Gondway. This will be a fresh set of 6 here for Switzerland. So Belgium with some questions to answer just before half-time. There's Weston backpedaling to give his team some space. Temtem, Abramovich. James Mitchell wearing 15 waiting. And a winger on that side as well. Abramovich goes alone. The big scooped pass dotted down by John Barton. And it's Switzerland 4, Belgium 4. What a thrilling opening 20 minutes. And we're neck and neck once again. It was well set up by Switzerland. Belgium trying to communicate, but they had to let Abramovich through. Gondway was busy covering Mitchell, and it opened up the space for Barton. Still a couple of minutes of this half left. Remember, ours is an unofficial clock, so listen out for that siren that starts and ends either half. Here's Dahan. And Walker just marches towards the line, has to walk backwards. It gives Switzerland time to set up, but also gives Belgium chance to assess and set something up. 90 seconds to go. Here he goes. Oh, there's the pass. So much space, so much time. It's Belgium 5, Switzerland 4.
That was very nicely set up by Belgium. Again, finding those holes, supporting the players, making that pass when the player's back is turned.
Both teams have really been able to exploit some good space over in those wide areas. Defensively, the team's concentrating on going through the middle and leaving space for the wingers. Here we go then, final minute. Switzerland, perhaps their last chance to respond and equalise going into the second half. Laurent Bondon rushing out of the line and cutting off that pass. 30 seconds of the half remain, and Belgium survived that one, so if they can complete this set of 6, they'll be taking a lead into half-time. Good drive. Switzerland sending shooters up. And there goes the siren, so this will be the last touch. The referee's whistle goes, taking us through to half-time. It's Belgium 5, Switzerland 4. There are the Belgian team, and after conceding the opening score, they fought back to lead 5-4 at half-time. Jane Gimber is with me for the second half as well. And a steady performance from Belgium here. This one still not won by any stretch of the imagination, but they'll be pleased to go into the second 20 with a lead.
Absolutely, and you can see their coach Eduardo giving them some motivational talk just before they head into the second half. As long as they keep their heads up, like we said, each half is a clean slate. Get back on the pitch and attack, should be good.
As for Switzerland, it'll be a different conversation for them because they opened the scoring and perhaps dominated the opening exchanges, but find themselves behind. So the final few moments, the final few contributions the coaches can make before it's over to the players in this men's over 40s match. It's already the 5th live match we're bringing you here on pitch number 1 today, 12 in total. And it is non-stop touch rugby. Very warm welcome to all of you joining us for this one and throughout the week as well. Don't forget to get in touch with us at England Touch. So Belgium are going to get us underway in this second half. They're going to have the first opportunity to attack that line to the right of your screen. And they'd love to get a score with the first phase to give themselves some breathing space, Jane.
They absolutely would. This is what it's all about, getting back on the pitch with fresh legs, treating each half as though it's new. You can see them lined up, ready to attack there in a V shape. These guys know what they're doing. They just need to keep it together when they're on the pitch.
There's that Swiss flag being held. It certainly was before we temporarily lost the pictures. Oh, we'll be back. Yes, we are ready to go for the second half.
Simon Deschamps there, ready and waiting to kick off the attack.
And we saw the Swiss flag actually blowing in the breeze there, but it doesn't feel like there's a lot of breeze out there. It's very humid. The sun's shining. And probably slightly nicer conditions to watch the rugby than to play in, particularly
Absolutely.
for these over 40s. But you're sat here, you're looking pretty healthy, you're looking in good condition. What's the secret to staying that way between games?
You've got to keep hydrated in conditions like this. Keep hydrated, keep eating little and often so you keep your energy up. And so you just keep your legs moving as well. Make sure you warm up and you cool down before and after each match.
What you didn't see was Jane Gimber doing star jumps and burpees at the half-time break to stay mobile.
Absolutely.
And Belgium get us underway. 20 minutes. And hopefully the second 20 will be as exciting as the first 20. Switzerland 4, Belgium 5. Here's Jean-Louis Desmet. He's got himself a score. And when he's on the field, he's very much the beating heart of the team. Stays busy, attacks the line quickly, just as we've seen there. Gondwe had his hand up. He's not really had the opportunity to get into the game yet. But as legs get more and more tired as that one comes off Switzerland, that'll be a repeat set for Belgium. And that's when those players with those galloping strides can really come into their own.
Absolutely. Let's see what they can do. We might see some set plays here from the guys.
Yeah, the last thing you want when you're tired is someone with genuine pace running at you. It's Desmet. It was an acrobatic dive, but he's back on his feet. Here's Dahan. Gondwe in there at half. Quick pop to Desmet and the shuffle back. Loic Dahan opens the scoring in the second half. Belgium 6, Switzerland 5, and a dream start to proceedings.
Absolutely, now that score's been given, brilliant start by Belgium. Again, looking for those holes. This is one of their set plays, setting it up. Tried it once, it didn't work, tried it a second time, and they managed to get that score through.
Oh, that run from Desmet. He took 3 defenders out then.
It's great placement.
Some players have just got that knack, haven't they? They can fix the defenders in front of them. That is a winger's dream to have the door open, feel like that.
Absolutely.
Belgium 6, Switzerland 4. Switzerland with it all to do now. This is the second men's 40s match we're bringing you today. England defeated Wales a little bit earlier, 9-5 as Switzerland come again. Look to have bitten straight back. Andrew Grover gets the score again with that trademark finish with the left hand. Seems to come down with snow on it. Watch him here, the Swiss number 2. Gets the ball back from Weston. I do apologise, gets it back from Abramovich, drags them one way then the other, and then just puts the ball up before putting it down. I bet he gets caught out sometimes, but not today. 2 scores for Grover, Switzerland 5, Belgium 6. And they're back to backing again.
Colin Walker setting up for Laurent Bondon. Colin passing again now to Richard Horn. That was unfortunate.
Well, Horn, I'm sure he was expecting that because he was a little bit slow to take off. Once you've conceded, the opposition have got their backs up. This is not what you want to give them. Good ball as Colin Walker comes out of the line to make the touch. Big defensive set coming up here for Belgium. 3 minutes of the second half gone. Oh, a little bit of space. Oh, and they dance through. We're all square. Jamie Nettleton.
That'd be a lesson learned for Belgium, I think. Look after those spaces and make sure you're tight in defence. Communication is absolutely key when you're that close to the line.
Well, it's twice it's happened. Belgium not at the races in defence, and they've been punished both times. Switzerland 6, Belgium 6. 2 tries in quick succession here for Switzerland. And after 2 minutes of the second half, we were saying they were up against it, but now, if anything, they're in the ascendancy. Belgium's turn to respond. There's Dahan and Bondon. Desmet. Oh, he's so elusive. Needs one more. The referee bringing them back, and I think the winger knew that because he didn't finish that with any verve at all. It's Bondon. Desmet. And a penalty here. And they might not need all 6 touches because Bondon's gone down, but it was a touch. And here's Desmet. Dahan. takes the touch. Gondway waits at half. Desmet waits to his left. Here's Bondon. Dive for the line, Bondon. Touches come in. Are they onside? Yes, they are. So Switzerland's turn for some good defence this time. The captain knocking on the door, though, for Belgium. Who led 5-4 at half-time. Oh, Desmet's hands just letting him down there. Gondway trying to time the pass. Switzerland can drive away.
Sounds like it's being switched back to a Belgian attack now from the referee.
Here's James Weston round the outside, galloping into space, and it's 3 unanswered touchdowns for Switzerland. From 6-4 down to 7-6 ahead, although I think the whistle might have gone beforehand. The touch was evaded. Well, he thinks he scored, but the rest of the team, you're shaking your head.
Yeah, I think that was a slight off the mark from Switzerland there. You heard the rest long whistle in the background.
Well, Belgium living dangerously. But again, it was a Swiss mistake that's cost them the lead there. So important to maintain your fundamentals at all times.
Yeah, and listen to the referee as well, so important.
Yeah, because essentially James Weston's wasted a 60-metre sprint there. That's not a good way to keep energy in the legs. Speaking of energy in the legs, Simon Deschamps there. Still the hot stepper. And still Switzerland 6, Belgium 6. Switzerland driving towards the box, getting some fresh legs on. Abramovich gets the ball from the dump and puts it back inside. There's Lewis. Oh, and they've opened them up again, and this time it will stick for James Weston. Switzerland into the lead. Weston gets his first of the match. Just a minute previously, he thought he'd scored from 40 metres. But he gets on the end of a lovely move from the Swiss this time. And they do have 3 unanswered touchdowns. And they lead Belgium.
Yeah, great shut down there by Julien Leblanc. Unfortunately, just not quite enough. But brilliant attack by Switzerland.
Since conceding that 6, that seems to have given them the shot in the arm that they needed. 3-1 ahead in the second half. Horn. Poskin and then Desmet. Belgium very much playing it at their own pace at the moment. Chris Miles was touched. That slows it down again. Here's Horn. Back to Miles. Trying to make space for Gondway, who dives for the line. Was the touch made? Yes. Yes, it was. Vert again makes the touch. It's quite elusive for a big man, is Gondway, but not on that occasion.
Belgium now shooting up in defence, trying to keep the Swiss in their own half.
Switzerland coming forward, though. They'll get up over halfway with this touch. There's a show and go from Nettleton and Ryland. Vert again. Abramovich. Abramovich again in at half. Oh, big gap there. Ryland steps into. And good honesty there from Belgium, telling the referee that the touch wasn't made. It's 8-6.
Yeah, so close by Chris Miles there, just didn't quite have the touch. But like we said earlier, honesty is one of the key characteristics of this game. The refs are great, they can't see everything. Players need to be honest and let them know if they made the touch or not.
all honesty, has done. It's cost them a score. However, maybe that big referee in the sky will level it up now and give Belgium an opportunity to score themselves. Here's the captain, Bondon. It's much better, much quicker from Belgium, but just running out of steam a little bit there. Dahan, Bondon. Here's Walker going to the right-hand side, trying to make some space for Gondway, but he holds his line. Switzerland organised in defence, though.
It's a tough defensive line to break from Switzerland.
Into the final 10 minutes. Completed set from Belgium.
Switzerland being called back to the mark. It's all about the quick transition when you gain possession, but you need to be accurate.
Bondon makes the first touch. Switzerland again going around the outside, and it's that man James Weston does back himself around the outside.
Absolutely, great chase there by Dimitri Dupont.
There's some footwork in the middle as well. The touch made eventually. Tim Murphy, 13, trying to get in on the action. It's Rhys Maber. Here's Murphy again. Switching the direction. Abramovich, where's number 1? There was no half in place, but it won't matter because Switzerland turn the ball over. Belgium now. It's just the first touch. So they should have plenty of opportunity to attack in this period as Colin Walker takes the second touch. Loic Dahan gets the third. Bondon in at half. Abramovich was scuttling backwards, but it's been picked off. Now a real opportunity for Switzerland. I don't think they'll score with this touch, however. Gondway goes barreling over, trying to make a touch, and this is just the first touch for Switzerland. Belgium running backwards. Abramovich, quick hands from him, going through the motions of Switzerland again, putting the brakes on, missing the touch, and what a finish that is. John Barton rounds off one of the team tries of the tournament, and Switzerland have taken complete control of this match. They lead Belgium 9-6, and this was a special score.
Absolutely, great teamwork there by Switzerland. Somebody was always there as a half, picking it up. Belgian defence is turning back slightly, but wingers shutting down as they should.
Well, let's just take a look at this here. Barton tiptoes, misses Gondway, who was running full tilt. The other Belgian defender was over the line. A special finish and a special team score. Switzerland 9, Belgium 6. Worryingly for Belgium, that is 5 Swiss touchdowns without reply. And the ball goes forward when they're just trying to hit that one at pace. There's still time here for Belgium. Just need to regain some of that cutting edge and composure that they had in the opening 20 minutes.
I think they came back on with a lot of energy in the second half. They just now need to keep it up for the last 8 minutes.
Here's Abramovich again. Grover into the corner. And it's far too easy for Switzerland now. 6 unanswered tries. They're up to double figures. And this one disappearing out of Belgium's grasp. Switzerland 10, Belgium 6.
This is one of the hardest parts of the game. When you're in defence second half, it's hot conditions outside. Belgium need to keep the defence tight, keep their legs up, but they're faced with a very strong Swiss attack.
There's Andrew Grover. 3rd score for him in this match. Belgium get us underway once more. Here's Desmond if they're going to get anything out of this game. They're going to need to get him on the ball. They're going to need to stop making mistakes like that. Coughing up on the second tackle. Second touch, should I say. Switzerland come again. They're finding acres of space up that right-hand side. And there is that movement once more.
Looks like it's been given.
Oh, it has been given. I thought the referees were going over to have a chat about it. But John Barton, look at this spatial awareness. Able to stop dead. make his torso almost impossible to touch and then explode back in to make the finish. He has had a very, very impressive couple of minutes on that wing.
Very impressive indeed, and it's that change of pace and that agility that will get you the scores on the line.
Belgium chasing shadows. Just over 5 minutes to go. Belgium now, the game probably beyond them. Need to finish strong to take some momentum into the next match.
Yeah, Belgium setting up for an attack. Let's see what they can do.
Again, these mistakes just creeping in.
Looks like it might be a change of possession or back to the mark. Penalty for Belgium.
Well, Switzerland doing their best to open the door for Belgium here. Colin Walker. There's Loic Dahan. Walker waits. Aaron Bondon, captain's armband. Gets the ball back off. Walker shovels the pass. It's hit the ground. But a touch has been given. Good finishing there from Dahan. Dropping his body and getting the ball down in that one motion. There's the dive for the line from the captain, but fifth touch, says the referee. Got a dart for it at this stage. Here's the long pass. And the step inside. Three players all claiming that touch there for Switzerland, and Belgium don't trouble the scoreboard. 4 minutes remaining. Switzerland 11, Belgium 6. There was a rusher up out of the defensive line there.
Shooting up to make that touch, as per the modifications of the rules. As soon as the ball is rolled, you can go up and make that touch.
So have the energy for that kind of sprint after 36 odd minutes of touch. Shows the conditioning. And from a playing perspective, of course, I'm sure you've got limited time together as a Belgium group. How much time do you have to dedicate to the conditioning to be able to play at this elite level of touch?
You have to develop. You have to commit quite a bit of time each week. But what we said in Belgium is that that's on your own time. Your fitness, your conditioning, that's up to each individual player, and it's part of your responsibility to the team to make sure you're in a condition that's fit to play at the Euros. That's the challenge where you have a lot of new players that haven't played the European Championships before, but this year especially we've seen a real dedication and commitment from each player to get their individual fitness and conditions up, because that's what makes the difference in this second half. Digging deep and keeping your legs on the pitch. Well,
in terms of your sort of personal levels of fitness then, what kind of training will you be doing to prepare yourself for the intense work that you need to do?
A lot of it is about doing sprints, so making sure you're sprinting hard and fast for short periods of time. That's what you'll need on the pitch. So 10, 15, 20-minute sets of sprints a few times a week can help your conditioning a lot.
Sounds like hell.
It is, especially if you do it in the morning. I'm not sure a lot of people will be continuing that in August.
Too warm in August. It's nearly too warm here at the Euros, but what it has given us is a great arena for the European Championships. Over 1,000 participants between players and officials. The sport and the competition continues to grow, and the two teams putting a show on for us here are Switzerland and Belgium men's over 40s. Superb second half from Switzerland has taken this away from Belgium, who led at half-time. The two teams have given us more than enough to enjoy here. It's been a very entertaining game.
Absolutely, neck and neck for the first half. Switzerland have crept into the lead now. They now have quite a comfortable lead with 5 scores.
Wales and France in the Women's Open competition up next. This one not to be missed, so do stick with us. In terms of the rest of your day and the rest of your schedule, Jane, what's still to come for the Women's Open team in Belgium?
We're facing Guernsey and Italy later on today. Yet to have seen them play in this championships, so we're looking forward to that. Team now recovering after the first match this morning.
There's the touch on the halfway line. Tim Murphy stretch his legs there, get into open space. As I mentioned, we're bringing you all of the matches from pitches 1 and 2, but there are 8 pitches in total. You can follow all of the results live on the European Touch Championships website. Don't forget to get in touch as well. We'd love to hear from you. We know we've got people watching all around the world. That's an interesting one, Jane. How does it feel to know that people worldwide are watching you play touch rugby in these European Championships?
It's absolutely fantastic, and it's brilliant to have this coverage. I think touch is still a sport that's being developed in a lot of countries. Clearly, in some countries you've got a very high level of development already, but the more visibility the sport can get, the better. So brilliant to have this coverage.
Into the final few seconds then, listen out for the siren that's going to bring this one to a close. Belgium should have the final possession. Certainly going to be coming off the pitch in second place for this one. Switzerland been absolutely wonderful in this second half. Plenty to build on and plenty of rugby for both of these teams still to play. There goes the siren, so this will be the last touch. Try and keep the ball alive, but it goes to ground, and that is full time. Switzerland victors on this occasion. Jane, thank you very much for your time. Hopefully you enjoyed that one. Your thoughts on this match?
Absolutely, thank you very much for having me. I thought that was an excellent match to watch. It really showed what the teams can do when they're under pressure. Neck and neck in the first half, and the second half Switzerland just pipped it, but they gave Belgium an excellent and very strong game.
Great to have your insight, Jane. Thanks again. We'll leave you get away and prepare for the next match. Good luck with the rest of the competition. Switzerland 11-6 victors over Belgium. Next we go to the Women's Open